All right. Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to AMA number 6. I'm Escobar everywhere. And yeah, it's amazing. We're already on number 6. So let's see if I can get some. There's the signal is opening up. Sometimes it takes a little while for. There you go. Now I see myself on the iPad. So how's everybody's week been? I hope you had a good week. I've been super busy with the courses, building the Zero Tribe um, system that I've been updating you guys on. And I have some notes. There's some changes that I want to implement. And let's see. Um, Hi everybody who's watching. Um, and had some changes, some updates. Well, the first one is obviously we're going to have a um, we have this change on the time. I know that some of you were a little bit lost last week because we changed the time zone here in in the United States, and in spring we jump forward one, and then we jump back in the fall in like September. So during those times, between now and September, it's going to be at 4 p.m. GMT, and in September through March, it's going to be at 5 p.m. GMT. But I updated the thumbnail. Hopefully, you guys got that. So I've been thinking about a little bit about the YouTube channel. What I want to do with it. I keep getting a lot of interest from the Learn Python video. That's like my number one video of all times and continues to be. And I get a lot of feedback from people that they subscribed and found out about from zero from that video. And if you're one of those subscribers, thank you for subscribing. But um, now I want to kind of like change things a little bit. And so I'm going to be doing the AMAs every Friday to talk about stuff, but not coding. I wasn't too crazy. I was watching last week's AMA where I'm live coding the RefTrap application, which, by the way, I was trying to deploy before I went live because I wanted to use it for the first time with you guys. But it might be that I use it on the description of the video when I update it. But what I want to do is I want to start talking about on the AMAs. I want to talk about stuff and be more like a conversation with you, and of course answer any questions you might have. But live coding I'm not so crazy about, so I'm not going to be doing live coding. So what I'm going to do, and Luis, my brother, is actually doing a little bumper to that. He does the best bumpers, like he's so good at it. And if you guys need a bumper for your YouTube channel or for your videos, definitely contact him. He's a wizard with After Effects. But I'm gonna do this new section called DIY apps, so do it yourself apps, where I'm going to be building apps from scratch so that you can see how they are done, from conception to like deployment, and maybe inspire you to make ones on your own, and or also contribute to these ones that we're going to be building. So for example, RefTrack is a good example. That's going to be the first one. And I'm going to do like a finished video with the actual like coding of it and the deployment, because on the AMA it was like you know, it's interesting to see a person like live coding, but it's also a little bit boring because you're thinking how to do things and you're not exactly sure how to do stuff. Um, so I'm gonna start that DIY apps section, and the idea is that we're gonna be doing a bunch of those. I also started this new section called Geek Toys. I'm sure that some of you saw it, where I'll be reviewing gadgets and books, software, or anything that I find useful. But most importantly, I think in the long term, the goals for From Zero in terms of the YouTube channel, and I think a little bit in general, finally came clear to me. This week has been a little bit difficult. There's been some bumps in the road. Been trying to get a little more clarity of what I want to do moving forward, and I'm working in some projects where they're kind of like close to be launched, so there's been a little bit of that stress as well. Zero Tribe, the platform where I'm gonna have the videos, is almost ready, but it's also it's been a little stressful to just finish that last, the last mile is always painful. But I'm going to be, I think I finally figured out what the long term of what the From Zero, like, let's say, project's goal is going to be. And I think that's the name says it in its own, in its own name. Let's say the title of the project, From Zero. This comes from this. I've always liked to build things from scratch. Like since I started learning programming, I started learning programming with a very exciting machine at the time, but right now you would laugh at it. It was called the Texas Instruments 994A. It had essentially 16 kilobytes, not megs, kilobytes of RAM, and there was no like hard drive or any storage at all. And what I loved the most about when I got that first like computer, before that I had always been playing games. At that time we had everybody had the Atari, of course, and that was my first video console. But then we got newer ones, and I think what happened was that this is kind of like a long story, but they stole our Atari box, and I was like distraught. I was like, oh my god, what are we gonna do with our lives now? And a friend of ours was visiting, and he was a friend of my dad's. I was like 8 years old, I think, and this was no, I was a little bit older. This was in 1981, so yeah, I was 11 years old, and no, 13. I don't even know my age. It's amazing. But in any case, I was very young. I was 13, and I was trying to get my dad to buy the I think it was called the Intellivision, which was like the newest like console. It had all the like cool games and stuff, and I was I was like trying to convince my dad to buy it for me, and those things were not super cheap. Like it was a little bit expensive. So I was pushing him, and it was almost close to Christmas time. So I was like, don't give us anything, like just give us the Intellivision and we're gonna be super happy and stuff. And this friend of my dad's visited, and he said, oh, there's a new thing now called like computers, or not computers but home computers. And he had an Apple II, and he said, you know what the coolest thing about those machines are? And I was like, no. And he was like, you can build your own things, you can build your own games. And I was like, when he said that, I was like, you can build your own games? And I'm gonna try to see if I can find and you can look this up. There was a thing for the Atari, the original Atari, and this was like cartridges that you used. And this cartridge they sold, we you could plug it into your Atari and you could build your own games. And I always dreamt, but we never found that cartridge. We lived outside of the United States, so it was hard to get a lot of the like games and stuff for the Atari. So, hi Javier, nice to see you. My brother Javier from Germany. He says finally. I don't know if he was having some internet connections, but so this cartridge you could plug into the Atari and you could build your own games. And I would dreamed about it, and I was like almost like drawing what games I would build and stuff. So when this friend of ours came by and said, with this computer thing you can build your own games, I was like, oh my god, I don't want the Intellivision anymore. I want a computer. But the thing is, like I said, we lived outside of the United States, so we were there was no Apple dealers in the city we lived in, which was Bogota in Colombia. And I was like super bummed about it, because I think I found like a magazine for the Apple computer, and I was like reading about them, and I was like super excited. But there were no Apple dealers in Bogota. And but then I think my dad, he was walking the other day on the mall, and they had opened a new computer, kind of like a computer shop. It was like the first one in that mall, in one of Bogota's malls. And he came back home and he said, you know what, I found a place where they sell like these computers. It's another brand, but you can check it out. And so we went, and it was the Texas Instruments. It wasn't a Texas Instruments shop, but they sold the Texas Instruments TI 994A, which was like it was a pretty well built machine. It looked more like a office typewriter than what you would think a computer looked like, but it was pretty cool. So we went, and I was like looking at it, and the salesman said, oh, you know what, we have an introductory course that you can take. So I my eyes lit up, and I told my dad, yes, please. And so I signed up for that course. And in the first class, we were able to type, the print hello kind of like routine on BASIC. The language was BASIC language. And I was so excited. So I came down, and when my dad picked me up after the class, I kind of like pushed him to one of the computers and said, look what I can do. And I typed like, my hello world program there. And my father was like, he was amazed. He thought like I was a genius or something. And then he said, right there on the spot, he said, you know what, we'll take one home. And I was like, oh my God. And that night I didn't sleep. I had class, like I was going to school at that time, and I didn't sleep the whole night, going over all the manual and finding out about all the things. I remember like around 3 a.m. I found out that the computer had sound and I was so excited about it. So this was a very long kind of like background of where this whole thing about building things from scratch comes from. So again, what's from zero? It's from scratch, right? So I like building things from scratch. And actually, the two companies that I've had the most fun at, I would say, it's three companies, and you can check out my LinkedIn to see what companies those were. But the companies I had the most fun were the ones that that had to build the application from scratch. And in a couple of those instances, there was an existing application, but I convinced the founders to like, let's just rewrite it. And thank God, knock on wood, things went well. I'll be putting a video about refactor versus rebuilding, because it's an interesting topic, and I've found there's a lot of differing opinions on that. But the companies that I had to work where there was an existing code base, I was not as happy. So So I'm gonna be focusing on building apps alongside with you, and the foundation of that will be, the Python course and the Flask course. Like, you need to like have those building blocks, and that's where I honestly can make a little bit of money, because I can, sell you the basic blocks of the courses. But then on top of that, through the YouTube channel, we're gonna build lots and lots of applications, and I'm gonna be specifically targeting those that are like tools that you pay for, that I think it's ridiculous that you pay for those things. For example, an email, newsletter kind of system, or like what we're doing now, which is the RefTrack, like tracking clicks through a nice vanity URL, or a system for maybe doing landing pages with A/B testing. You have to pay a lot of money for that on a monthly basis. But we're developers. Why would you pay for those things? We can do it on our own. So, and the other thing is, like, as you build more applications and you put them on your GitHub repo, you're gonna have more chances of getting a job as a developer. And I've been having kind of like a read on the market, because I work on this, and I work with startups and hear from other developers, and it's getting harder and harder to get a job as a developer. And I think one of the key things, I'm gonna do a video about this, and talk a little bit of how you can. I touched briefly on one AMA about it, but I'm gonna a specific video about how you can get a job as a developer today, because it's getting harder and harder. And one of the things that I think is key for you to be able to find a job is by having a GitHub repo with applications that you've built from scratch. So through this application building that we're going to be doing on the YouTube channel, we're going to be able to, or you are going to be able to get your development muscle toned up, and kind of like do small steps to then you build your own application of something. Like, it doesn't really matter, but the more applications you get, you'll be better off, and you will have better chances to find a job as a developer. So that's gonna be the focus of the channel now. So I'm finishing the Flask courses, as you know. Like, I'm doing the Python first, rewriting it, and it's coming out really, really soon on the new platform. I already have the Git, which I think is also really really foundational for you to have. Then I'm gonna go through the Flask courses, the Intro, Advanced, API, then do Django with Intro, Advanced, and API, and finally get to JavaScript, which I think is a little bit kind of like it's building up to be kind of like the future, because now with JavaScript you can do end-to-end applications from the front end to the back end. But I'm not gonna maybe focus on specific frameworks, but just do plain or what they call vanilla JavaScript with ES6. So that's the big route. I've been talking about it for a long time. I've been working on making my course production progress more streamlined, so I can get you more courses faster. So so this is my contract with you. I'm gonna be putting up at least a new video, an edited video, every Monday at 10 a.m. GMT, 6 a.m. Eastern time. And it can be a do-it-yourself DIY app video, or Geek Toys video, or other finished video. So it's not going to be, the live streaming thing. And in the AMAs, we're going to be doing more of this like conversational stuff. Hi Prasanna. He's put a smiley face. I don't know if he's agreeing with what I'm saying or if he's just saying hi. But that is a plan, guys. We're gonna build. Let's build, and I'm kind of like looking at a very bright future where We build things from scratch, little applications. They're going to be, of course, multi-video, so it would be kind of like part 1, part 2, part 3, but really focus on getting applications out. And on the sidelines, of course, we're going to be talking about, deployment and security and things like that. Those are going to be more like, regular tech videos that are more supporting videos, but really kind of like concentrate on building applications. And I want you guys to think of this as open source projects. So I want you to like do a fork of these videos and start, maybe at the end of each video, I'll be like, okay, now I want somebody to help me with this piece, and see if people can do pull requests and get you guys contributing to the project. And then, these projects are gonna be open source. So who knows? Maybe one of these projects becomes really big, and a lot of people use them as an open source project. So let's see what happens. So think of yourselves and I kind of like now being in a company. We're a development team, a development company, and we're gonna start getting a lot of applications built, and that way your coding career, your software development career can take off finally. Because I'll tell you, no matter if you get a degree in computer science, no matter if you try to, if you're a friend of the owner or whatever the case might be, these days people are looking, startups especially and companies are looking for developers that have experience, that have been building applications, even if it's small ones, but they want to see that you have that experience. So that's going to be the focus of the From Zero project in general, but essentially the YouTube channel will be where we build these mini applications, and then my platform, my course platform, is going to be more of where you get your formal courses. So tell me what you guys think, in the chat, or maybe on the video comments. Always looking forward to hear from you and see where you're at. What's your what are the things that you're struggling with and things like that. Prasanna says, I really want to learn something from you, sir. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Prasanna. Hopefully you learn something here. And I don't know if you've done the courses yet, or if you're just like starting from scratch. And but I like I said, I want to lead this team, you and every other subscriber to the channel, and let's start building stuff. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to talk about is I've created a new Facebook group. Oh shit, and I have to set up the browser here. There you go. So let's see if you guys can see this. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so I've created this oh, that's weird. My video is all the way to the right. I created this Facebook group, and it's called the From Zero Insiders. And what I want to do is I want you, like, my closest followers, to give me ideas and feedback and be able to try out the new things that I'm building before I launch them. So I'm gonna put a link below. You can see the URL there. It's a little bit small to read, and that's why I wanted to finish the RevTrack application before I started the AMA, but I couldn't finish it on time. But in any case, this Facebook group, from Zero Insiders, it's an invite only group, so it's not open for everybody. So you have to apply for it. But the idea here is that I have some close people to talk to, and be able to get your feedback before I launch this application. So I'm fixing my camera here live because by the way, I started I have a new box for broadcasting. I want to see if it improved a little bit. It's the Ultra Studio Mini Recorder. That's going to be one of the Geek Toys videos that allows me to broadcast with better quality from the Canon box, from the Canon camera, and it was a little bit less jaggy, less like robotic when I checked it out on the local recording. Let's see how it looks on the actual streaming. The preview on the OBS looks a little bit like it has a little bit of lagging, but it looks much better image wise. So that's definitely something good. So going back to the From Zero Insiders, definitely check this out. And if you want to help me out and you want to try out my courses before they go live, or the platforms, or give me ideas, this is to get a more like a closer communication channel. Definitely try it out. I'll put the link on the description, because the URL is really terrible, and I don't know if you can change the probably can change the URL. I'll see if I can change the URL, but if not, just head over to From Zero Insiders on the search, and you should get the channel there. See if I search From Zero Insiders. Yep, there it is. So look for From Zero Insiders and then click in there, and there should be some dialogue that asks you to join. And so somebody wants to join. Let's see. Oh, Prasanna. That's awesome. Wow, you're the first person on the From Zero Insiders, Prasanna. That is so cool. I love this. So you're in, man. I want to hear from you. And so awesome. Thank you so much for that. Finally, I want to give you some updates on the Zero Tribe. So I'm working on the video section. I don't know if it's running right now. Let's see. Sorry, I'm gonna be blank for a second. I just want to check out if this is. I don't think it's running. Where are you? I'll be right there. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to get this. So work on. No, that's right. So when I show you the video page, and let's see here. Flask course. So this is what it's looking like right now. So I'm gonna log in. Oh, I don't have the correct password. What's that? I forgot my home password. That's funny. So I guess I'll show you guys in when I have this up. I don't want to keep holding you, but in any case, I was working on the video page of the application, and I was thinking about using Vimeo because Vimeo has a very good reputation on the quality of the video player and the video streams and stuff. But I want to now be I was kind of like looking at the prices, and they're a little bit steep. And what I didn't really like about the Vimeo for business, because you cannot use the free version for an application like the platform and stuff. So what I ended up, I mean, the thing with Vimeo is that they lock you up for a 12-year contract, and it's a lot of money, like a few $100s. So I'm not sure if the platform is going to be successful. I don't want to like at least until I know for sure that this platform is going to work out. I decided to go with my own video player. So I'm using this awesome project called Video.js. And you can, if you need a video player, it's totally free. And actually they provide a CDN for you, so you don't even have to install anything. You just put the CDN for it, and a bunch of companies use them, and you can skin these video players, with whatever you want. So that's what I'm going to be using for the videos in my own like coding platform, and as well as the the delivery for it. I'm going to use S3, which is using CloudFront. It's a CDN, so it's very fast, and it's going to be really, really cool. But I wanted to show you the video player. I'll show you in the next AMA. Maybe, hopefully by the next AMA, maybe we've launched the first course. That's what Luis and I are trying to do, launching the Git course on the new platform. So, oh my God, that's going to be so exciting. I can't wait for that. So that is pretty much it for updates. Also keep your eyes peeled. I'm gonna be maybe sending an email about it, but I want to see if I can start doing like workshops, like real kind of like a boot camp where you and I kind of like go through courses, but using a video conference system, and me walking you through some of these courses. So if you would be interested in something like that, let me know in the descriptions in the comments of the video, and because that's something that I think I'm going to be doing. I already did one. Maybe I mentioned this, the Git course I did with like an actual group of 4 students, and it was really awesome. I improved a couple of things on the Git course through that experience, and I want to see if I can offer that to you guys as well. So lots of stuff happening and coming. Let me know if you would be interested in something like that. And that's it. I don't know if you guys have anything that you would like to discuss in the next video. Again, put something on the comments, and let me know what you're working on. Like, shoot me links of your GitHub repos. Let's build some stuff. Let's build some apps and have fun and learn and get a kick-ass developer job. All right. All right. I think that's it. Thank you so much for coming. Again, this is going to happen every Friday at 4 p.m. GMT, 12 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. I hate this changing of the time. Thank you. Looking forward to connecting with you. Visit the From Zero Insiders and sign up. Welcome Prasanna to the group, the first From Zero Insider. How about that? And you know, I'm here for you. Hopefully we'll something exciting during the year. All right. Take care, guys. Thanks for dropping by.